You know, when it comes down to who we are as human beings, all we are is awakened awareness, vast as infinite space. That's all we are. That's all we've ever been. So what is awakened awareness, vast as infinite space? Awakened awareness is pure space that has never known any division, exclusion, or extreme. So we could say that awakened awareness is our pure view, our vantage, or our balanced view of everything that's going on. Awakened awareness is the pure view or balanced view, but because it includes all points of view as its dynamic energy. So whatever the points of view are of the pure view of awareness, they're just the dynamic energy of awareness and nothing else. Just as the color blue is inseparable from the sky, so all the dynamic energy of awareness, called points of view, is inseparable from that. And unless we have that all-encompassing view of omniscience, we will not be clear on what's going on. It's as simple as that. We won't be clear on what's going on with us as a human being, and we won't be clear on what's going on in our world. So how can we know that we are this? How can we really know that we are awakened awareness, pure space, vast as infinite space, in which all points of view are included, contained, and subsumed? Not only what we've taken to be our own personal points of view, but all points of view altogether. And not just all points of view altogether, but all points of view of past, present, and future, included, contained, and subsumed in omniscient, timeless awareness. To know that we are that requires only that we rest naturally without seeking anything. That's it. When a point of view comes up, instead of jumping into it and then hitchhiking from one point of view to another, we just rest naturally. We rest naturally without seeking anything, without describing anything. And as we do so, our omniscience, our omniscient mind, that is the true nature of our mind, becomes more and more obvious. And as that becomes more and more obvious, more and more we have a balanced view, instead of living our entire lifetime based on our opinions, our own points of view. So, you know, first of all, we have this point of view called a personal identity. Well, the personal identity, it's equal to all the other points of view. The personal identity point of view isn't like a hard drive or warehouse or storage container for all the other points of view. It's just a point of view equal to every other point of view. It's a point of view we seldom have. So, you know, when we rest naturally without seeking anything, immediately the essence of our being is naked. It's completely naked. The ground of our being is completely naked. And it doesn't need to push anything away or pull anything towards it, because it's so obvious in that natural rest that everything is inseparable from it. That all the points of view, no matter what they are awakened awareness. So, are we trying to get ourselves into a state of natural rest? No, we're not trying to contrive some kind of state of natural rest. We're sitting, resting naturally, trying to hold on to it for hours on end. That isn't what the practice of natural rest is. The practice of natural rest is uncontrived. That means initially, just as often as we remember to do it, we rest naturally without describing anything. We take rest as best as our credo or mantra. That becomes the essence of the way we're living, no matter what we're doing. We don't need to change anything in our lives to rest. In fact, if we make any changes, then we'll just add more points of view in as seeming antidotes to try to get enlightened or to try to be aware. The reality of what we are is already present. It's already present, and no point of view whatsoever that is included and contained within awakened awareness is evidence that anyone isn't awakened awareness. So there's no point of view whatsoever anywhere of all the countless, ceaseless, unpredictable points of view that is evidence that anyone is not awakened awareness. So even the point of view of not recognizing awakened awareness, or not recognizing that it's even possible to be awakened awareness, all those points of view too are not evidence that anyone isn't awakened awareness. It matters not. Awakened awareness in being timeless has no time frame. It has no sequence of sooner or later. So to say 1 minute, oh, I recognize awareness, and another minute, I don't recognize awareness, in timeless awareness, both of those points of view are equal. They're absolutely equal. They're not one better than the other, one worse than the other. All points of view are equal, with no sooner or later or better or worse. So all the points of view we may have taken ourselves to be, no matter what they are, and no matter how much time we've spent trying to organize all our points of view. So we have a lot of good points of view and not many bad points of view, and then we just don't care about the neutral points of view. All the time we spend trying to organize the points of view, it's like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. You know, no matter how, do you know what the Titanic is? It's that ship that sank and all the people died. Well, you know, rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, that's not gonna do anything. You know, it's really a hopeless, silly antidote, isn't it? The ship's going down, oh, I think I'll rearrange all the chairs, and then maybe the ship won't go down. Well, that, you know, better to jump in the lifeboat. Well, the lifeboat is natural rest, and this lifeboat is equal, it's an equal opportunity lifeboat. So everyone, no matter who they are, they have an equal opportunity to be in the lifeboat or not. To be the lifeboat. Actually, awakened awareness is the lifeboat. So it's up to us in each moment to either rest naturally as the essence of our being, and as we do so in a totally uncontrived way, that becomes permanent. Now, if you don't want to rest, natural rest is the most difficult of all the practices in the Great Freedom Teaching. That's the most difficult of everything that's suggested. Would you like to hear the other things that are less difficult? One is just to show up here. If you just show up here and you keep showing up here with a commitment to know yourself as awakened awareness, it will just dawn on you without you doing anything. I can guarantee this. I can guarantee it, 100% guarantee. I've seen it happen over and over again. And if you don't want to show up here, just think about it. Just think about being here. Think about being here. Yeah, now this sounds way too easy, doesn't it? It sounds way too easy because when we've adopted an opinion about ourselves that we live only within the realm of cause and effect and everything is due to cause and effect, then we think that when it comes to enlightenment, enlightenment's due to cause and effect. So we have to get some causes in place, some really heavy-duty causes, that are going to have the effect of enlightenment. Because we learn in cause and effect living that anything good that we want to get requires a lot of work. Just to grow up, that really requires a lot of work, doesn't it? It requires a lot of work. We go through all that thinking, all those emotions, puberty, oh my gosh, all these other things. And then not only that, puberty, but then we've got to get a job or go to college, and then we've got to get married and have children. And each time we do one of these things, we think, oh, this is it. This is it, I'm going to feel better now. I'm going to feel satisfied and fulfilled. When I get my own money, that's another one. Don't have to rely on my parents' money anymore. I'll get my own money. They won't be able to control it. It'll be my money. Then I'll be satisfied and fulfilled. So all these things we look to for satisfaction and fulfillment, and with each one we get, oh dear, it's not the source of satisfaction and fulfillment. Has anyone ever gotten married thinking that's the satisfaction and fulfillment factor in life? Has anyone ever had a baby thinking that's the satisfaction and fulfillment factor in life? Well, all these. Has anyone ever done yoga thinking that's the satisfaction and fulfillment factor? Oh, lots of people, lots more than had babies or got married. How about looking for love, someone to love us? Has anyone ever looked for that? Wow, that's even bigger than yoga. Okay, well. So, we look to all these things, but every single one of them, it leaves us totally disheartened, because unless we go into that thing already realizing that we're awakened awareness and whatever it is we're engaging is awakened awareness too, there'll never be any satisfaction and fulfillment there. And when it comes to a relationship, those of you who are not in a relationship, get to know yourselves as awakened awareness before you even consider a relationship. And if you're already in a relationship, it doesn't matter what your partner's doing. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter if they continue to regurgitate all kinds of points of view forever. You can rest as awareness in that situation. It matters not, because awareness is not circumstance dependent. Awareness is beyond cause and effect, but includes cause and effect. So awareness is not circumstance dependent. Awakened awareness is all inclusive, and it's that which includes all. So there's nothing within awareness, none of its dynamic energy. We talk about it very simply here, just points of view. None of its points of view has any way at all of affecting awareness, because it is awareness. How could it affect awareness? It can't have a negative effect. It can't have a positive effect. It can have an enlightened effect in that every point of view, no matter what it is, because it already is awareness, it has total recall about itself as awareness. So we don't have to do anything. We don't have to coax our points of view or prod them with a stick in order to get them to know that they are awareness. Every point of view already has total recall about itself as awareness. I have a little story about this poking point of view to try to make it into something, to try to make it into a spiritual point of view, or to try to dress it up or fix it up in some way, elaborate it with other descriptions. And this is a story about a leopard that they found in Rishikesh. The leopard was at the bus stop, and it was a big leopard, like as long as that bank of windows. It was a big leopard, and it was just sitting there at the bus stop. Who knows what it was doing there? It crossed the Ganga, and it took up residence there at the bus stop. So everyone was trying to get the leopard to leave town, because leopards are dangerous. So they did everything. They'd go, shoo, shoo, they'd all get to, but the leopard wouldn't move. They squirted it with water. They opened it didn't go anywhere. They opened a path, and the leopard still wouldn't move. So one man took a spear, a stick, with the point on the end, that's a spear, and he started poking the leopard. Wrong thing to do. Poking the leopard is the wrong thing to do. Poking the point of view is the wrong thing to do. The leopard attacked the man. The leopard attacked the man. So this is if we take points of view to be something, only their description, then we end up like the man attacked by the leopard. We end up totally besieged by points of view all of our life and feeling that there's no way out. But there is never a way out of awakened awareness. That's what we never have a way out of. But unless we take it on ourselves to know that as our very essence, to know that as our true nature, then we'll spend our entire lives not really understanding who we are. So conclusively, to realize who we really are, this practice of natural rest is the easiest. It's the easiest and the most straightforward. It's freedom in immediate perception. And when we find the freedom in one perception, what that means is a perception, a point of view, and perception and point of view are synonymous. A perception arises, we're aware of what it is, we just simply rest as the essence of that perception, the awakened awareness that is the essence of that perception. If we see only the label, then we don't know the true nature of the point of view. We have to know that the point of view has no independent origin other than awareness. So the point of view has never had any origin whatsoever than awareness. It didn't come from somewhere else. It didn't come from a sphere, a scope outside awareness. Awareness is inclusive of everything. So all points of view, no matter what they are awareness, no matter their vivid description, no matter their magical display, no matter their incredible expression that is so distinct and clear. Their essence is awakened awareness and nothing else. And as we're resting naturally, when that perception appears, we see that it just vanishes naturally. It's its own undoing. We never have had to do anything about these points of view at all. They vanish in and of themselves, like the flight path of a bird in the sky. There's nothing we need to do about them. When we rest naturally, then we see that there's maybe a gap between the points of view, maybe not, and then another point of view, and we see that the next point of view, that too comes from awareness. That's awareness and nothing else. It's just the dynamic energy of awareness, separate from it, like the brilliance of a diamond is inseparable from the diamond. So inseparable from it. No matter what the point of view is, it's entirely inseparable from awareness. But unless we have the direct experience of that, we can't know it's real. We cannot know it's real. We cannot know that that is the origin, the essence, the underlying basis of the point of view. If we just think about it and read lots of books on awakening and say, oh yeah, sounds good, I know that's true, we can know forever that it's true, but unless we have the direct experience of the reality of what we are and continue to strengthen that through natural rest, we'll never know what we are. If we're waiting around, maybe we've heard, if awakening's supposed to happen to you, it will, and if it isn't supposed to happen, it won't. Maybe that's one of the things we've heard. Awakening, it happens spontaneously. You never know where it's going to pop up, and you'll never know who's going to be awareness and who isn't. Well, if we've heard something like that, then it's important to know that's just a point of view. That's a point of view. Although awakening does happen spontaneously once in a great while for someone, to wait for it is to spend a lifetime hoping that something will happen and fearing that it won't. It's to spend an entire lifetime wrapped up in that. If awareness were not already present, where would it come from once it's recognized? If awareness were not already present, where would it come from when it's recognized? So you see, there have never been two. There's only awareness, awakened awareness, already accomplished as our true nature.